It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's our favorite day. It's our
Hey,
favorite day. It's our
hey,
favorite day. It's our
hey,
favorite day. It's
hey.
Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's our favorite day at the
Hey.
Connected Corner. Hey guys, I'm your host, Tori Rose the Connector, and I am excited to be here with your other host. What's your name?
Right. My other host is Kiana B,
Hey.
and we are buzzing. I was ready to say so. I couldn't think of something to say about the cicadas, but anyway, we be running from the cicadas now.
We thought they was B as in bluffing, but they wasn't. Honey, ugh. I mean, and I've had some people say, Tori, looks like you're doing a lot of traveling. Oh yeah, y'all thought I was joking when I said see you in August. I was dead
Right.
serious. The real kind. Like, no, thank you. So I've had some extremely traumatizing experiences with the cicadas growing up. I was good. I told my family I've seen them twice. I'm good. If y'all not good, that's on y'all. But as for me and my house, we gonna have a summer home in the desert
That's
with no
funny.
trees.
That's
So
funny.
yeah, I
I think
can't.
this is my third go round
Ugh,
with
I mean,
them.
this is
I don't
one.
remember the in between one. I remember the one as a kid, as a child. Like that was an experience, my first time. The second, maybe I just wasn't here. I might have been one of those songs that I was just traveling. Like I don't remember it being so bad. I'll say this where I am, like I haven't seen like a lot. Like one kept trying to fly in my car yesterday when I was at the dentist office, and I was like, stop playing. Like I was, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, they don't bite or sting you or anything like that, but somebody said they carry some type of disease or something.
Yeah, the STD. So we'll talk about the cicada STD real quick as we're talking about community leadership, right? So we have an exciting show for you guys tonight. Just bear with us as we talk about these cicada facts that you need to know. So everybody's been posting and saying about, how they help the trees and they help the environment and all of that. But it's also interesting to see how the environment then has a negative effect sometimes on our animals, the ecosystem, things like that, or how we have a negative impact on the environment. And so I have witnessed cicadas now. This is my third time. So when I was 3, when I was 20, and now at 37. I'm good. I'm good. However, so from 20 to 37, over these last 17 years, we have so polluted the earth that many of the cicadas are now coming out the ground and they have like a fungus attached to them that's growing in their body. You can tell when you flip them over, it's like a different color, yellowish beige color on their underbody. Well, that fungus, if given to the other cicadas while they're mating, will kill the other cicada. It acts like an STD. So you could actually have little cicada STDs floating around. They said that that's probably in Dundalk, though.
I don't even first. Okay, thank you for the Snapple fact. Okay, Miss Snapple facts, and I was serious at first. Like I was intently listening. Like wow, learning something new. But then of course the
The
whole
Dundalk. Yeah, well, not probably only
yeah.
in Dundalk, but I mean, it's just amazing to think like, so in 17 years, they may not be back in the billions or trillions because of this cicada STD that's going, through. So, I mean, it's so crazy to think, they sleep for 17 years, they come out, they have sex. I mean, who mad at them? But I guess they didn't take the proper precautions, the cicada condom route. Anyway.
Lord have
Tonight we have
mercy.
an amazing show. We are excited about our guest who is going to come on and going to share some things with us, guys. And before we introduce her, let's go ahead and give a big buzzing cicada welcome and thank you to our media partners.
Yeah, so we want to give a big thank you and shout out to Radio on Fire, Diamond K, and who just always comes through in a crutch. And then also to Nicotine Media, our in-studio producer, and WMEG, our one of our media partners. And so we just want to thank you guys for continued support. Make sure you follow them on all their social media platforms. That's Nicotine Media, Radio on Fire, and WMEG Radio. And you can find us on their platforms too.
Yes, most certainly. And as Kiana said, if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please be sure to do so. Go to youtube.com, type in the search button, the search bar, the connected corner, hit the button, smash it, make sure you are subscribing, and then also ring the bell so that you get notified when we go live. And so, guys, we want to not hold up our guests. We want to hear all about the journey to success and community leadership. She's bold. She's beautiful. She's Black girl excellence. She's pretty. She is positive. She's poised. She's Pamela Curtis. Hey.
And she, yes, and she is pushing
about
the vision. Yeah, so Miss Pamela Curtis is coming to the stage, and she is pushing the vision. Okay, pushing the vision. So we are just so happy to have you, and we're just excited that you are here to hear just more about what you're doing in the community, your nonprofit, your 501c3, pushing the vision, your outreach. Like, it's a lot of outreach, y'all. Like, get your pen and paper, right? We're using resources you can use. And this is a resource queen here. With all that she is doing and leading in the community. So you want to make sure you're getting your nuggets here tonight on the Connected Corner with Miss Pamela Curtis. Welcome. Hey, girl.
Listen, first of all, I just want to say, I'm just speaking wealth over y'all. Oh my goodness, financial elevation over y'all. Healing over y'all, protection over y'all, vindication, even when you don't know that you need it to be vindicated, protection over your name, over your households. I am just excited. I am manifesting so much in this season. And when I have chose on my arm, when I tell you, when you realize that you were your own blessing blocker, when you realize that you have been your own blessing blocker, holding on to people on level 5, 6, and 7, and when you were only supposed to greet them on level 1 and say good day, hi, queen, how you doing? But so often we get attached to people just by one item. We all have a story. We all from Baltimore. Let's go a little bit deeper and start examining some of these personalities. Because moving and staying focused in Baltimore City, and Tori, you know this.
Listen,
Tiana, you know this.
Listen,
Tori, you know, just from backing her, and I know y'all probably have shared tears, cries, secrets, juice, side, and people. They like, weren't they just talking about the person, and now they just up and tagging them and posters and everything else? How?
Listen, so you have said a mouthful. First and foremost, we receive all of the manifestations that you've spoken, all of the blessings, we receive those. We understand, like, we are women that march to a very similar stride. We affirm, we speak the positive, we vibrate at a higher level, but then we also do the work to manifest what it is, because people think, I'm just going to speak positivity, I'm going to just speak positivity, and it's just going to fall out the sky. You still have to do the actions. And so we just appreciate you. We recognize you as a woman who you're doing the actions. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk a little bit about pushing the vision. Like, where did that name come from? What does that mean? And just tell us a little bit about the journey that you've taken to get to pushing the vision.
It's so crazy is that I probably have done over, and this is no exaggeration at all. I cannot exaggerate on this. I have probably interviewed over 75 to 85 times. And when I tell you, no one ever asks about the journey to pushing a vision. Like, to be honest, that's the root. You want to know the person or the people behind Beehive, get to the root. Sit down with y'all. Pick your team. And don't ask nothing surface. Don't ask, Okay, so do you like in radio?
Yeah, because it has no value. Right.
No. See, now to me, I would ask y'all too, have you ever felt the need to speak up for someone because you lack with speaking up for yourself?
Yes.
And okay, and then it would be yes, and then I would ask, oh, okay, so this is your platform to even allow the unheard, the mute, the overlooked, the underserved, the underestimated, the misjudged, the prejudged
That's right.
have a voice. So I applaud y'all. I really do. So pushing a vision actually came from a vision I had in 2010 from my January fast. I always do the January fast from January the 1st to January the 31st. I feel like January never ends. I'm like, dang, a sister is hungry. I want a soda. I want some chips. I be scratching like Pookie, like, where's the candy at?
Facts, sis, facts.
But to be honest, I always remind myself, you are giving up something temporary to gain something permanent. It's worth it. It's worth it. Chips ain't worth it.
Right.
Soda is not worth me being placed on here on your platform at this moment in this given time to actually give numbers, give resources, give encouragement, give constructive criticism, put a mirror in front of myself while I'm on this interview with y'all.
Most certainly, most certainly.
Because I am constantly checking myself before y'all can, before somebody else can, before a hater is looking for us all to slip.
Come on, you're saying a mouthful. What makes you different than other community leaders in that way? Like, what do you think has given you the thought process that you have that is very different from other people who we see in the city and the state and even beyond?
This is nothing against anyone because we all can be watered by trauma, by situations, by rising happen. But here's the thing. A lot of people have to know the difference between purpose and hobby. Purpose and, oh, I can help people. Just because you can cook don't mean that you should be a chef. Just because we can give a good word, and we all are great speakers. I've heard us all speak. That does not mean that we are destined or purpose to be a pastor, a public speaker. It could be the fact that we could be instructing or even showing people how to believe in their voice and how to embrace their voice through destruction, through generational curse, through even your mama not knowing how to speak up. That could trigger you. That could trigger you to speak up. That could say, you know what, I would not be like my mother. I would not be like my grandmother that actually allowed the molester to sit at the table. I am not going to be the one to say, you know what stays in a family, what goes in a family stays in a family. No, I am going to be the chain breaker. I am going to be the breaker. Oh, and truth be told, and society sometimes tell us, don't reinvent the wheel. But if that wheel was not created for us, for Black people, for women, for single mothers, for single fathers, oh no, forget you in that wheel, because I am going to create. Because often we tend to say, Dad, I just never had the opportunity. No one ever, or do I good for her, because no one gave me an opportunity. She probably from the county, or then she probably got something free because how she look. No, honey, let me tell you something. Looks can only get you but so far. This Dr. Curry, you before the looks, during the looks, after the looks. Come on now.
Okay. So that right there, Tori said, what sets you apart is not only just being a part of the community, but the inspiration. Like your inspirational words, which we can hear being in the community, even at times people being laid on your heart for you to send them that inspiration. And so that passion is definitely, I know for myself, knowing you and what you're doing is the difference. Like you said, you'll see people out and they're, you helping, you're in the community. Like, I feel like I am the helper person. I'm here where you need the help out. But then those are the people like yourself and the stories that really, that is the passion, because that is a part of your purpose. Right? It's a difference. It's a difference in serving. Like, if we're all called to serve, we can all serve. But others, you can tell like that passion that comes with what they're doing. I have that passion for entrepreneurship and education. Like, people be like, you all right? You mad? No, I ain't mad. I'm passionate about it, right? It's like how you guys come out with inspiring people and with the community. So, we definitely appreciate the passion that you have and what you're doing. I am interested in, just like we're talking about, leadership, right? And your success in the community. Honestly, like, I knew about pushing the vision forward, and then I saw all this stuff happening in Park Heights, and I was like, what Pam doing in Park Heights? Like, what's happening? And so you just see all these things. And I had noticed that you were the youngest president of the Park Circle Community Association. Okay.
I am the youngest community association president in Baltimore City.
Oh, in the whole Baltimore City. Okay, let's talk. Okay, the journey to that success. Like, we talking about leadership. So I knew that you was, but I was like, I was reading about, I said, the youngest. Okay, ma'am, let's talk about that.
So again, to piggyback off of Tori, it is, and I'm not choosing you because you're the host. I'm not kissing tail. But here's the thing: we always use everyone else as our example, but we got people right here. We always look outside of Baltimore, but we got people right here.
That's a fact.
So just like Tori, what I noticed about Tori, and I'll say this about myself, forget complaining. What's up? Who do I have to call? And that's how I am. And truth be told, I am not the type of person that's going to give you your fish. I'm going to teach you how to swim. That's why I'm going to give out numbers on here. Try my best to remember emails. If I cannot remember the email of the service or the resource, I will give you my email so that you can email me to say, hey, Queen, hey, Pam, hey, Curtis, whatever. Can you remember to send that email information that I saw on, the connected corner? Sure. Because again, don't ever hold anything to my heart or hold it to, it's just a lot on my mind. But honestly, so I was tired of hearing people wait for DOT, code enforcement, DPW, a council person, a congressperson. I was tired of them. We need to be the change that we need. We need to be that change. We just need to be that action. And so often it's so easy for us just to pick up our phone and order food versus going down to the kitchen and cooking. In society, I'm gonna say we because I don't want to point fingers, but I'll say we, but I don't want to call it on myself or us because we aren't lazy. But the mentality of so many people are let me call Tori. I'm not even in Tori district, right? People will call you, Tori, to block off that street over East Baltimore. People call me all the time. Versus them calling up, get your pen. And instead of them calling the number that I will call anyway, 410-396-3100. That is the city operator. To any city agency for housing, for HUD, for code enforcement, for shelter, for funding, for rental prevention or anything, trash, because if they don't have it, they will transfer you or tell you to call 211. Start asking questions. Start teaching yourself how to fish so that you can teach your household. You can teach your circle. You can teach your children. The blind leading the blind. I was blind, but one thing, I still had insight to call. to ask questions, to take notes, to keep calling. Oh, okay, well, no, it's just this council person, this delegate. No, because we put them in office. We need to know their steps as well, just in case he try finesses, Uh-uh.
Not the not the finesses.
Wait a minute, sis. Wait a minute, brother. That's not the process.
Right.
Okay.
She said finesses.
Yeah, so you should give me a number so I can run it to red tape. So now building, this is important. This is the meat and the potatoes right here. Build those genuine community relationships. They should not just hear your voice when you're calling to complain. Build relationships. I have built relationships, not kiss and tell. Can't listen. I'm about to be very raw, but I won't use foul language.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
No.
I got nervous. Thank you.
No. But it's beauty. It's beauty when you can drop your own name. It's beauty. I'm not looking at y'all. I'm looking in this camera. It's beauty when you can drop your own name because you did not spread your legs to drop your name. You did not sleep with nobody behind closed doors to drop your name. No politician, nobody did what? Because if you women, especially women, we don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're speaking volumes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're speaking volumes because, again, when we talk about city, I think that, most of us have at least traveled to other places, visited other places, know people from other places, whatever. Baltimore City has a very different dynamic because it is truly like a town inside of a city. Mm-hmm. It doesn't always operate. When we see certain levels of corruption in our city, it almost mimics Mayberry, right? Like the smaller level towns. Not the Chicago's or the Manhattans. The way our city is designed, it's almost like an island of itself. And so it has been said that in order to be elected as a woman, especially a Black woman in a predominantly Black and brown city, that you have to sleep your way to the top. You got to, be favor for favor, hand over hand type of thing. If you're operating with any kind of integrity, you're often thought to be, not in the circle, not in the in crowd, not the person that can have the impact. And one thing I will say about all three of us, when we walk in the room changes. When we walk in the room shifts. And I know for me personally, throughout my campaign, yes, I missed the dance party. Ew. So anyway, I'm sorry. When I was campaigning, people would literally call and say, hey, this leader or this pastor or this congressman or this councilman, because it didn't matter. It was the man, not the role, right? Inquire about you. This man wants to know, why are you single? This man wants to know, can he date you? I mean, like the conversations that came out during the campaign had nothing to do with my political positions. Had everything to do with the fact that I was a woman who could have potentially been available, who may have been of the old school thought process of, I got to use what I got to get what I want. Unfortunately, that wasn't me.
Right. No.
Understood very clearly to your point about the power that your name carries. And so I'm asking you now, how have you preserved your name? Because I don't ever hear anything bad about you. First of all, I would have plucked them, boop, right in the mouth. Secondly, I would have told you, because that's how we get down. Block right in the forehead, boop. And so, how do you preserve your name, especially in a very heavily male-dominated role as a leader like you are?
Yes. So, how any one of us should be preserving our name. For one, know who you are and whose you are. And I know we have heard that so often, but if we really truly get back down to that root, I remember who I am and whose I am. Oh, y'all ain't gonna play with me because I'm not playing with myself. And honestly, it is there are key ingredients to do, to do so. For one, don't be at every event. For two, this may be tough for people, but people, when they see this, when they see this like this, oh yeah, I know she's not lying. I will get out of any picture if someone is in the picture that I know that's beating on women in the community, that I know that is going hard in the community, conning in the community. I'm not, because what I have seen, what I have literally seen, I swear to you, with witnesses, I have seen the neighborhood con artists take pictures because it was a group picture and get meetings off of the fact that Tory was in a picture. I don't care, it was 2 years ago. Because I was in a picture. It could have been in 2016 before I found out how he or she was. And then they would get meetings off your name, and then people would start mistreating you because someone did not come through because they promised a conversation with you, and you have no idea. So honestly, protecting your name, watching what you even text back people, and then even down to inboxing. Like, I had to be mindful, even with some of my raunchy jokes. People know I would send a meme or a joke because I laugh and joke all day. And again, that's the misconception. Oh my gosh, she's so busy. Okay, keep thinking that. Often, I am in the bed posting from 3-4 days ago, like, oh, okay, what did it? Or I'm watching Netflix and chilling. So, Tori, like, mm-mm.
Yes, with the Netflix and chill.
So, but to also have people around you that value your name and where you're going, and not just being, okay, that's just Tori, that's just Kiana. Okay, Kiana. No, if you know Kiana is about to do this women's empowerment event, and why would you take a picture with a glass of wine, even if it's not Kiana's? Move the glass of wine out the picture so that can't no one bring that up. I'm telling you, I have been close to several mayors, and then the first one I actually got cool with was Dixon, but close to Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake, and still cool with her. And when I tell you, we have been to her private birthday parties, to the Raven Stadium, just different places. And one day she pulled me up, and we were in Melba's. Steph, I love you, but shout out to my girl, former mayor. She loved the holes in the walls because she always say you got the best drinks and best chicken wings. And everything I did.
Facts. I did not detect a lie. Facts.
And
yes.
look, I be like this. I'm from around here, and I don't even come here no more. Like, yo, what's up, Steph? And she be like, what's up, Steph? You're a mayor. She's like, girl, but these drinks good. And these my people. Real talk. Because she still is from zone 21215.
Right.
So yeah. So again, for y'all to have each other back, I'll use you two as an example. For y'all to have each other back. For y'all to have each other back. For y'all to cover each other. For y'all to hold each other accountable. You need a circle where you are not the smartest person, and then also someone has more to lose than you, because then they will really hold you accountable, and then you will hold. Yeah.
Amen. Yeah, I think that is great advice, great tips, and it really is things that are going to set you up for success, because if you understand that you're on a journey to their levels of success, right? So we all have reached a measure or level of success. If you're going to continue on that journey to success, you have to make sure that you're preserving, like you said, your name, that you're preserving your brand. And people may feel like, and sometimes it's those sometimes close to your family or friends, or people may say, oh, you acting this way, or you can't do that, or the councilwoman is here, or this person is here. But don't get mad at me because I got dreams and hopes and values. You understand? And so you have to, and it's not even those. We know that we have relatives who are in school systems as principals and leaderships in the school systems, and they were going through their social medias and pulling stuff off to prevent them from getting leadership positions in school systems.
So,
so it's important. It's important. A party from when you were in college or 20 years, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, of like what you said, having a cup in your hand or being somewhere and saying, is this somebody who should be a principal? Is this what are you talking about? And so you really have to be mindful and careful about the pictures, the posting, and not getting a picture. Tori, no, I'll be like, I'm good. I'm not getting in the picture. I don't know them. I'm not getting in the picture.
And it's hard to distinguish between the two, right? So being a public figure, right? Mm-hmm. You're a public figure because a group of public people have called you a public figure. Most times you don't call yourself a public figure unless you're an extreme narcissist, and that's a whole nother whatever. There's people walking around that two people know that's their mama and their daddy, and they're calling themselves public figures. That's a whole nother story, right? But for me, not having the option to pick and choose at times when, especially as a candidate, who to take a picture with, who not to take a picture with, who to be with, not to be with, discernment, and you spoke about this, knowing whose you are, discernment is what is missing a lot of times. And so even when I have young people who come to me who say, hey, I'm in this, they call me, Aunt Tori, I'm in this situation. It's like, well, what did your instincts tell you to do? Oh, it told you to go left, but you decided to go right. Or had you gone left, maybe you wouldn't have been in this situation. So getting young people to a place, or people in general, to a place where they trust that inner voice. I had people who called me who said, hey, I see you're connected to this person. If I were you, I wouldn't be connected to that, this person, that person, whatever. I always had to go back to my internal guiding system, because for every one person who was calling me, let's say about Sam, I'm just going to throw a name out there, Sam, 2 people might have been calling me about Tom, but Tom was the person telling me not to hang out with Sam. And so now I have to have an opportunity, a view of circles, outer, innermost, me. And so when you start identifying where to put people, it doesn't matter if, like you said, that con man or the picture or the whatever, because now only the people who are in my inner next to me have the ability to use my name, pull on my image. Anybody else outside of those circles, they operate differently. They walk weird. So when you call and the person say, how did you get my information? I got it from Tori. I have built such a level of integrity that the person says, I don't think you got my information from Tori. It's not like her to give out my da-da-da-da. You understand what I mean? So putting those barriers in place and also being consistent. So for anybody who's watching the show, who's catching it, if you're catching on the replay or whatever, type consistent in the comments. Make sure you are also subscribed to our YouTube channel. You're following us and you're staying connected. But this is real. I mean, this is about life preservation, self-preservation. And for anybody who's listening, who wants to get into leadership, you're only as good as how you even lead yourself. Can you lead yourself first before you want to lead a group of people? If you're not consistent, how can your followers or those that you lead or your community be consistent? So I just wanted to throw that in there. I think you're speaking volumes, Pam, volumes.
So I'm going to share some exclusives with y'all. It is beautiful that today is the 8th, because I'm big on numbers, so a new beginnings. So I'm gonna spill out what people wanted me to come on that show. I was like, no. But for some reason, I had peace. Have you just ever had peace about something? It's not deep. It's not all churchy. It's not nothing church. But you just like, I got peace. I mean, it could be about anything, a job, a boo. Yeah. You like, dang, I got peace with him. Like, it could be with anything. Or dress like, oh, okay. I got peace. I got
I got peace.
um, but just to piggyback from off what you both have said about the name, because I actually accepted this position over a month ago, that I actually started today. So today was my first day as in okay, when would this be aired?
More than likely next Tuesday. So next
Tuesday.
Tuesday, the 15th. That's what we're banking for.
Okay, so a week. I was gonna say a month. And then no, I'm gonna give you all some real exclusives. I know people are gonna be like, what? So guess what? Y'all share this to actually support them. I'm not telling you to share this to showcase me, but to share this so that y'all can tag other women, other men that need to be on here, that's doing big things, that's fighting against society, fighting against generational curse, fighting against your own self-doubt, your own laziness, your own spirit of procrastination, because manifestation, the season of manifestation, and also vindication, and also elevation for finances, spiritual, emotional, all of that is here for us for the taking in this season, especially when you have been mature and obedient over your harvest, over the crop, over the seed sowing. So when I tell you today was my first day as the community and development manager for Go Northwest Housing Resource Center. And I actually cover 5 of the biggest areas, and some may say the most prestigious areas, such as Ashburton, Callaway, Hammond Park, oh my God, Gwen Oak, and then also Howard Park, because those areas actually have many mansions in those areas. And so today, just going through the orientation and seeing what I'm over, seeing what I signed for, seeing what I can tell the people about the grants, and then also the $10,000 for first home buyers and stuff, and something during an interview, and what y'all said. They said, we went to your social media. We went to your social media. And then we also seen that we had about 80 something people in comment. And then we just randomly contacted those people, even though I gave some good reference. Y'all, they asked for 3, I gave 5. Look, nails broke. I've been working. I've been busy. Listen, they asked for 3. I gave 5. So when I tell you, they did go to my social media. They did ask people. They asked community presidents. They asked leaders. They asked random people. And guess what? Your name is everything. And then for the people that did not know me personally, they said, well, I don't know her personally, but she said, but she seemed real cool, from what she posted. It's not no drama stuff she promoting and been promoting for the city and for housing anyway. So today was, so I'm going to have my moment.
Yeah. Well, we want to just congratulate you. Like, that is awesome. I mean, just even, like you said, manifestation and just where we are and what we're doing, even how, we come up with what we're going to talk about and who we're going to talk about with. And, people email and want to be on the show, or, email us or inboxing us, you got to get me on, that. And we say it's a process here. It is not anybody and everybody, and it's not a free fall. And it's not about a status thing. It's about when messages and when things need to go out and how it needs to go out. And so even just talking about journey to success and community leadership, and this now being how you starting this new leadership position, I mean, the timing and just all of it, it just fits together. And so if you are listening and you're understanding, make sure Pam is going to give her information and how to contact her, but make sure that you are writing down and understanding the jewels in that process. Like, you have to enjoy the journey, and not all journeys are easy, right? But when you know that you're set out for a certain thing and a certain passion, like, we've watched, we've seen, you've grown and seen the different things that you've done. And to me, it's just monumental. And we appreciate you dropping that news here on the Connected Corner. We definitely appreciate that. So the word is out, it's there. And you are so deserving of it, because your passion and your heart is with the city, is with, Baltimore. And so we are just happy that someone like you, who has integrity, is in such a position to help people and bring things forward. You are a integrity community leader, right? You are a trusted community leader. And so we're just happy that you are placed in that position. So guys, make sure you call your people, tune in, stay connected to the Connected Corner. Just having great people and great resources and things such as Pam Curtis today, and just the journey and the process. Know that you too can be successful in whatever it is that you're doing. Be successful in subscribing to our YouTube channel right now. And if you are watching from Facebook, go over to YouTube and type in the Connected Corner and subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell so you can get notified when we go live. So we are going to do our next segment, which is key questions. It's a little tongue twister. Key questions. And so you will have 2 minutes. So you are talking like us, Pam. So just know you got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm gonna ask 3 questions, and you'll have 2 minutes to answer all 3 of those questions. I will turn my little handy dandy timer over after I read the first question. Okay, so the first question is, how do you measure success?
I measure success never by never by quantity, but by the quality of conversations. Um, it's so easy to break ice with me, but people get nervous, and then they'll try to break ice with me by talking down about someone else. They think they can connect with me, and they cannot connect with me like that. I measure success on how you carry your household, how you carry your household, and how you speak life to your partner. Friendship, business, but also your mate. You can't be out here calling people queens and you dragging your a wife at home. Or then you cannot be calling them kings and you stay calling your man I would say NIGGA. So that's how I measure. I measure from the depths of our conversation, and then if you can take constructive feedback from me, as I can take it from you.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. What are 2 resources that have helped you along the way?
Ooh.
I know it's a lot. Just think of 2 of them.
2 resources that have helped me along the way. Google. So,
Uncle Google.
Right. I must say, mentors that turn to friends. A mentor that turn to friends. People thought that they were sending my life to guide me, and then 2 years later, I am guiding them.
Wow, that's awesome. And the last question is, why is giving back to your community so important to you?
No one never asked me that. I'm sorry you hit me with a question. You hit me with one that no one ever asked. See, this is what I'm saying. That's the substance right there. That's not surface, and then that's the root. Because then I would take it as a psychologist trying to Trying to be nosy, you know, 'cause y'all sick. um, the reason why I give back, honestly, because I did not have, and I did not always have, and truth be told, I did not have a lot of the times when I would give.
Mm-hmm.
I have given food out when I too needed food stamps.
That's
Um,
it.
I have sat with people in the hospital when I wasn't feeling well in my body. Um, I have loved on my children unconditionally, and when I too was in foster care. I have still honored men even when I was going through a divorce years ago, and then God gave me a vision to honor men statewide, a whole event that was called Rise of Kings. And when I was in the middle of a divorce, but when God trusts you, He don't care your finances. He don't care if you were neglected. He don't care about no divorce. He don't care about who support you. He don't care about what family members should have supported you, but now they hating on you. So now they're trying to badmouth you. He don't care. All he want and need is a willing vessel. And I have pushed visions inside of me when I did not have money in my bank account, when I did not feel well, when guess what? The odds were against me. And God said, guess what? I still call it. Guess what? I'm still calling your name. And you're still called. You're still anointed. Still and keep allowing me to speak through you. And they won't even hear your speech impediment.
Mm, mm, mm.
And I'm telling you, it's just the rawness. It is the rawness that actually attract people to us three. But then it's the rawness that keep people away that's full of BS as well.
Absolutely.
So yes,
Absolutely.
I am just appreciative. I really am appreciative, even down to by Pam Curtis and actually teaching women about intimacy and self-care. And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of church women are reaching out. Some
Mm-hmm.
have reached out. Some very prestigious women that are on my friends list, in which I would never say anyone's name because it's confidential. Period. I'm not writing a book about anyone. And when I tell you the intimacy, the sensuality that's taught, not sexuality, but sensuality. Because honestly, a lot of women say that they can't even be sensual with their husbands, and the intimacy is a struggle because of molestation. Or this right here. Every woman was not molested, but then there has been a large percentage of it. But this right here, so many of us as women, and now I'm speaking to the women, so many of us as women have given the best of our years as we thought, the best of ourselves to someone that was less deserving, that should not have it, that should not have been in our presence, because it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be in our presence. And they want to make you a side chick, a mistress, um, a, a hitting friend or whatever. No, we too bright to be hiding. We too bright to be hiding.
Yeah.
And
Amen.
women, and then for any woman, because I have to tell a woman, repeat after me. Like I have to tell a woman, like she she was 47 years old and still dealing with the fact that she messed with a married man years ago. Girl,
Let it go.
listen, let it
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Sometimes it is the guilt that we hold on to, and that we say, you know what? Is that why God isn't blessing me with my mate? Because it's karma. This is payback because I have rooted somebody, in the line. So now I'm waiting 40 minutes on hold. Sometimes we can be our own blessing blocker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We can be our own blessing blocker, but it's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate, I mean, just everything that you have shared. I think people watching and understanding your genuineness, whether it be raw or real, people say, this person is 100. But I think that is a part of true success and going along that journey, and why people need to see this and understanding who you are, that you don't have to be fake, you don't have to be phony, you don't have to sell your soul, any other part of your body to be successful, or compromise who or whose you are to be successful. So we truly appreciate, you being here. I do want to make sure, I know not long ago you released your book, The Day I Went Home by Pam Curtis. And we are just happy about the success of that and just sharing your story and your journey, as you mentioned tonight, with just foster care. And it's just encouraging people. We hope that people are watching are just encouraged by your journey, by your story, and just where you are now, and community and leadership, an organization, having a nonprofit that's serving the community as well as it is. So tell our audience how they can connect with you and how they can get in touch with you, websites, your social media. Tell us how they can connect with Pushing the Vision.
First, to connect with me is to stay connected to these two women right here. And that's not finesse, it's not fluff, because they know how to get in contact with me. They know how to get in contact with me. And now you will too. Cash at me. No, okay. Cash at by Pam Curtis. But seriously, I actually welcome you to send me a friend request on Facebook, Pam Curtis on Facebook, and even like my pages, Pushing a Vision Outreach on Facebook, by Pam Curtis on Facebook, YouTube. I just really started to upload the I guess the videos to YouTube probably since March. So I have a YouTube channel. Go up there, share it, by Pam Curtis. It'll be me. It'll be the same face. I am not catfishing anybody. This is me as I talk. But even down to Instagram, or even putting these hashtags, hashtag Pushing the Vision, hashtag by Pam Curtis, hashtag Vision, hashtag Connected Corner. Connected Corner. There's no more excuses for we as women to say, oh, I don't deal with women. No, I don't deal with women that don't deal with other women. Because y'all allow me on your platform. No offense to the Kings. Y'all know I support y'all. But right now, women invited me.
I know that's right. Well, we appreciate you. We definitely support. We, our group of fixing each other's crown. And so we definitely appreciate who you are as a person. And so, Tori, tell us how to connect with you.
Yes, I mean, this has been powerful. Thank you, sis. I love you. I know that the pandemic has put some things and we can't always hug and see each other, but it's always a great, amazing time, honey, when you're in the place. So we love you. We appreciate you. Hug your boys. You're doing an amazing job with them. Congratulations on their success. Yeah. So please, please, please just know that we're always watching, cheering, praying for you. And you've blessed me, even with what you said. God literally, a couple of days ago, I was driving down the Beltway and I heard that same thing. Like, I can remember being at events that I've organized, my team and we're feeding 500 people, and I don't have food in my house, right? Now I got to figure out how I'm eating and how I'm feeding the prince, and God, he will remind you, not for you to feel guilt or shame, but for you to find liberation and understand that he was the same God sustaining you then. He's the same God sustaining you now. And that when your season comes, right, because that season always goes on the up, everything corrects itself. You might have been on the bottom part of the wheel. Now you're on the top part of the wheel. And he was just showing me, like, you endured so that you can live in this season guilt-free, unapologetically. You've fed people when you didn't have food. You've clothed people when you didn't know how you would have clothed yourself and your son. So the fact that you said that, like, it just was confirmation for me. So anyway, thank you so much. My name is Tori Rose, guys. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook at Tori Rose or Tori Rose the Connector. You can also find me on Twitter at Tori Rose. I think it's TRTC, but I'm building my Twitter. and I'm gonna build my LinkedIn. I'm gonna get myself together, even though I hate some of that stuff, but I know you're supposed
No.
to have it, right? And so I'm slowly building those things as well. Guys, please make sure you get connected to the Tori Rose the Connector page, and make sure you get connected to the Connected Corner page. And Kiana, how can we find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram as Kiana B. Jones. And so reach out, make sure you stay connected if you want to be a guest on the show. Email us at bcg.manage@gmail.com to be a guest on the Connected Corner. Subscribe, like, follow, and stay connected. Good night.